In the quietness of your solitude, when the walls seem to close in and the silence grows heavy upon your heart, know this: you are not forgotten. The Lord has seen you in your hidden places, in the rooms where you sit alone, in the moments when no voice calls your name. He has numbered every tear that falls in the night, and he has recorded every ache of your lonely spirit in his book of remembrance. For it is written, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." He does not stand at a distance from your isolation. He draws near. Even now, in this very moment, his presence encircles you like a shelter, like a fortress against the cold winds of abandonment that blow through your soul. You feel the weight of separation, the burden of being unseen, unheard, unknown. The emptiness echoes in your chest like a cavern. The absence of connection sits upon your shoulders like a stone. But hear these words of ancient truth: I will never leave you, nor forsake you. This is not the promise of temporary comfort. This is the declaration of eternal companionship. Where you go, he goes. Where you sit in darkness, he sits beside you. Where you walk through the valley of solitude, he walks as your companion. The mountains may crumble and fall into the sea. The foundations of the earth may shake and tremble, but the presence of the Most High remains steadfast. He is your refuge when the world feels empty. He is your dwelling place when no home receives you. He is your comforter when no human voice speaks peace into your despair. Consider the sparrow that falls to the ground. Not one is forgotten by your Father. How much more does he remember you, beloved one, whose name is engraved upon the palms of his hands? Your loneliness has not escaped his notice. Your isolation has not gone unseen. He knows the sound of your footsteps in empty rooms. He hears the silence that fills your days. He understands the ache that wakes you in the middle of the night, the longing that greets you each morning. In your aloneness, you are not alone. In your solitude, you are not solitary. For the Spirit of the living God dwells within you, making his home in the temple of your heart. You carry within you a companion who will never abandon you, never turn away, never grow weary of your presence. This is your anchor. The Lord is your keeper. He who watches over you neither slumbers nor sleeps. By day, the sun shall not harm you. By night, the darkness shall not overcome you. He watches over your coming and your going, both now and forevermore. When you feel like a wanderer in a foreign land, remember that he is your home. When you feel like a stranger among your own people, remember that he calls you his own. When you feel invisible and overlooked, remember that you are the apple of his eye, precious and honored in his sight. The psalmist declared, "Turn to me and be gracious to me, for I am lonely and afflicted." This prayer has risen from countless hearts across the ages. You are not the first to walk this path of isolation. You are not the only one who has known this particular pain. The great cloud of witnesses who have gone before you, they too experienced seasons of profound loneliness. They too felt the sting of separation, the weight of being alone. Yet they discovered what you are now discovering, that in the depths of loneliness, there is a depth of divine presence waiting to be known. In the cave of isolation, there is a sanctuary of sacred encounter. In the wilderness of solitude, there is an oasis of spiritual intimacy. You are being held even when you cannot feel the arms that hold you. You are being carried even when you cannot sense the one who carries you. You are being loved even when the loneliness tells you otherwise. These are not empty words meant to comfort. These are eternal truths that stand whether you believe them or not, whether you feel them or not. The Lord has said, "Can a mother forget the baby at her breast and have no compassion on the child she has borne? Though she may forget, I will not forget you." Your loneliness does not indicate his absence. Your isolation does not prove his distance. Your feelings, though real and painful, do not determine his faithfulness. Now hear the wisdom for your journey through this season of isolation. Listen carefully, for these words will light your path and make straight your way. When loneliness whispers that you are unwanted, remember this truth. Before the foundations of the world were laid, you were chosen. You were selected, set apart, called by name. Your existence is not an accident, and your presence in this world is not without purpose. You were created for such a time as this, for such a place as this, for such a calling as this. If you find yourself isolated from the company of others, use this time to cultivate the garden of your inner life. For it is in the quiet places that the deepest roots grow. It is in the silence that the clearest voice of wisdom can be heard. It is in solitude that the soul learns to distinguish between the noise of the world and the still small voice of divine guidance. Do not despise the season of being alone. There are treasures hidden in these difficult hours, treasures that can only be discovered when all other distractions fall away. Moses encountered the burning bush in the wilderness of Midian, far from the crowds of Egypt. Elijah heard the whisper of God not in the wind or the earthquake or the fire, but in the gentle quietness that followed. Jesus himself withdrew to lonely places to pray, to listen, to be renewed. Time and again, the pattern reveals itself. Seasons of isolation precede seasons of multiplication. Periods of loneliness prepare the way for periods of fruitfulness. If isolation has been thrust upon you against your will, do not harden your heart in bitterness. Do not allow resentment to take root in the soil of your suffering. Instead, ask, "What would you have me learn here? How would you have me grow? What do you wish to reveal to me in this desert place?" For the desert is where manna falls from heaven. The wilderness is where water flows from the rock. The lonely place is where angels come to minister. What seems barren may be the very ground where new life is about to spring forth. The seed must be buried in darkness and solitude before it can break through the soil into sunlight and growth. If you have withdrawn from others out of fear or hurt or disappointment, hear this word of gentle correction. You were not created to live in permanent isolation. You are part of a body, a family, a community. The hand cannot say to the foot, "I have no need of you." The eye cannot say to the ear, "I have no place for you." You are needed. You are necessary. You belong. Your withdrawal may have been necessary for a season, a time of healing, a time of recovery, a time of regathering your strength. But do not let temporary refuge become permanent exile. Do not allow the walls you built for protection to become a prison of your own making. Take small steps back toward connection. Write a letter, make a call, open a door, extend an invitation. The bridge back to community is built one plank at a time, one gesture at a time, one act of courage at a time. You do not need to leap across the chasm in a single bound. You need only to take the next small step that presents itself before you. And if you reach out and are rejected, do not let one closed door convince you that all doors are closed. If one invitation is declined, extend another to someone else. If one relationship has ended, trust that others can begin. The human heart is resilient. Love is renewable. Connection is always possible. If loneliness comes from the loss of someone precious, through death or distance or the dissolution of relationship. Give yourself permission to grieve. Do not rush through the valley of shadows. Do not pretend the pain is less than it is. Weeping may endure for a night, and that night may stretch longer than you thought possible. But joy comes in the morning. This is the promise. This is the pattern. This is the rhythm of redemption. Grief and loneliness often walk hand in hand. The absence of one who was present, the silence where there was once voice, the empty space where there was once warmth. These losses create a particular kind of loneliness that cannot be easily filled or quickly healed. Honor this grief. Respect this process. Allow yourself to feel what you feel without judgment or self-condemnation. In your loneliness, practice the discipline of gratitude. Each day, name 3 blessings that remain: the sun that rises, the breath in your lungs, the ground beneath your feet, the water you drink, the food you eat, the roof above your head. Train your eyes to see what is present rather than only what is absent. This practice will not erase your loneliness, but it will prevent your loneliness from erasing your capacity for joy. Gratitude and loneliness can coexist. You can be grateful for what you have while simultaneously grieving what you lack. These are not contradictory states. They are the complex reality of a heart that still hopes, still believes, still opens itself to life despite the pain. Reach out to those who are even lonelier than yourself. For there is a mysterious alchemy in service. When you pour yourself out for another, you discover that you are being filled. When you comfort another in their isolation, you find that your own isolation loses its power. The one who waters will himself be watered. The one who gives will himself receive. Visit the elderly who sit alone in nursing homes. Call the friend who has been going through a difficult time. Volunteer at a shelter or a soup kitchen. Mentor a young person who needs guidance. Write to a prisoner. Befriend an immigrant or refugee who is far from home and family. In serving others, you will discover that you are not as alone as you thought. In giving comfort, you will receive comfort. In offering presents, you will experience the presence of the one who works through all acts of love. Do not fill your loneliness with false companions. Do not numb your isolation with substances or distractions that promise relief, but deliver only emptiness. Do not seek connection in places that cannot truly see you, know you, or honor you. Wait for authentic relationship. Wait for genuine community. Wait for the connections that will nourish your soul rather than diminish it. The world offers many counterfeits to true connection. Endless scrolling through social media creates the illusion of connection while deepening isolation. Casual encounters without depth or commitment promise intimacy, but deliver only loneliness. Addictions of all kinds, to substances, to entertainment, to work, to anything that dulls the ache. These are understandable attempts to escape pain, but they only delay healing and deepen the wound. Remember that even Jesus experienced loneliness. In the Garden of Gethsemane, his closest friends could not stay awake to watch with him. On the cross, he cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" He knows the depths of isolation. He has walked through the valley you now traverse. He understands not as one who observes from a distance, but as one who has personally endured. This is crucial to grasp. Your loneliness does not separate you from God. Rather, it creates a point of identification with the one who was despised and rejected, a man of sorrows, acquainted with grief. He was alone, so that you would never have to be ultimately alone. He experienced abandonment, so that you could be assured of eternal companionship. Turn your loneliness into prayer. Transform your isolation into intercession. Use the quiet hours to speak to the one who always listens. Pour out your heart like water before him. Hold nothing back. He can handle your anger, your questions, your doubts, your fears. He is not offended by your honesty. He is drawn to your authenticity. Tell him about the nights when the silence is suffocating. Speak to him about the mornings when you wake to the crushing awareness of being alone. Share with him the moments when you see others laughing together and feel like an outsider looking in. Express the pain of unanswered calls, declined invitations, broken promises, forgotten birthdays. He wants to hear it all. He waits to receive your honest heart. And as you pray, learn also to listen. For sometimes the answer to loneliness is not the arrival of other people, but the awakening to the presence that has been there all along. Sometimes the cure for isolation is not external addition, but internal recognition. Open the eyes of your heart to see that you are surrounded, upheld, carried, and loved even in this moment. Cultivate the practice of silence. Sit in stillness. Breathe deeply. Release the anxious thoughts that swirl in your mind. In the silence, you may begin to sense what you could not hear in the noise. In the stillness, you may begin to feel what you could not perceive in the busyness. The loneliness that seems like emptiness may gradually reveal itself to be a spaciousness, a space being prepared for a deeper encounter with divine love. Build your life on the foundation of divine love rather than human approval. Root your identity in the unchanging truth of who you are in God rather than in the shifting opinions of others. Then, when loneliness comes, as it surely will at various seasons of life, it will not have the power to destroy you. It may wound you, but it will not define you. It may challenge you, but it will not defeat you. Know who you are. You are beloved. You are chosen. You are called. You are treasured. You are valued beyond measure. These truths do not depend on whether anyone else sees them or acknowledges them. They are established by the one who created you, redeemed you, and calls you his own. Create rhythms and routines that honor your humanity. Eat regular meals even when you eat alone. Maintain your living space. Dress with dignity. Exercise your body. Engage your mind. Nourish your spirit. These practices are about honoring yourself as one who is made in the image of God and worthy of care. Seek professional help if your loneliness has become overwhelming or if you find yourself in despair. There is no shame in needing assistance. A counselor or therapist can provide tools and perspectives that help you navigate this difficult season. A doctor can assess whether depression or other health issues are contributing to your isolation. Reaching out for help is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of wisdom and courage. Remember that loneliness is a signal, not a sentence. It is your soul's way of telling you that you are wired for connection, that you are designed for relationship, that you are meant for community. Do not silence this signal or ignore this message. Instead, let it motivate you to reach out, to take risks, to make yourself vulnerable, to pursue the connections your heart longs for. And now receive the promise, the blessing, the assurance that settles all questions and stills all fears. You are not alone. You have never been alone. You will never be alone. The Lord God declares over you, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. This is not conditional. This is not temporary. This is the eternal reality that undergirds all of existence. His presence is the atmosphere you breathe, whether you feel it or not. His love is the ground beneath your feet, whether you sense it or not. He will never leave you as an orphan. He will come to you. He will make his home with you. He will dwell in you and walk among you and be your God, and you will be his beloved child. Where can you go from his spirit? Where can you flee from his presence? If you ascend to the heavens, he is there. If you make your bed in the depths, he is there. If you dwell in the remotest part of the sea, even there his hand will guide you. His right hand will hold you fast. If you say, "Surely the darkness will hide me, and the light become night around me," even the darkness is not dark to him. The night shines like the day, for darkness is as light to him. You cannot go so deep into loneliness that his light cannot reach you. You cannot wander so far into isolation that his love cannot find you. Loneliness is real, but it is not final. Isolation is painful, but it is not permanent. The seasons of solitude will pass. The winter of separation will give way to the spring of reconnection. What has been lost will be restored. What has been broken will be rebuilt. What has been scattered will be gathered together again. You will once again laugh among friends. You will once again gather around tables filled with warmth and welcome. You will once again know the joy of being fully seen, fully known, fully embraced. You will once again experience the beauty of belonging. This is not wishful thinking. This is the promise of the one who makes all things new. But even more than this, even greater than the promise of restored human connection, is the promise of unbroken divine communion. You are being prepared for an eternal community where loneliness cannot exist, where isolation has no place, where every person knows and is known, where every heart is open and transparent, where love flows freely and without hindrance. You are being called into a family that spans time and space, the communion of saints, the fellowship of believers, the great cloud of witnesses who surround you even now. You are not isolated from this invisible company. You are part of a multitude that no one can number, from every nation and tribe and people and language, all singing the same song of redemption. Your brothers and sisters across the world, many of whom are also experiencing loneliness at this very moment, are connected to you by the Spirit. You belong to each other even if you have never met. You are family even if you have never spoken. The same Spirit who dwells in you dwells in them. The same love that holds you holds them. You are not alone. In your loneliness, you are being trained for intimacy. In your isolation, you are being prepared for deep connection. In your solitude, you are learning the art of presence, true presence, that does not depend on words or activity, but rests in simple being with. The skills you are developing now, the ability to sit with discomfort, to process difficult emotions, to find peace in silence, these will serve you for the rest of your life. You are not wasting this time. You are being refined, strengthened, deepened. The Lord is making you into a safe harbor for others who struggle with loneliness. He is turning your pain into purpose, your isolation into insight, your solitude into sensitivity. You will be able to comfort others with the comfort you have received. You will be able to sit with the lonely because you have walked through loneliness. You will be able to extend the hand of fellowship because you know what it means to long for such a hand. Your compassion is being enlarged. Your empathy is being developed. Your capacity to love is being expanded. You are being equipped to minister to others in ways you could not have been equipped any other way. Your story is not over. Your isolation is not the final chapter. Your loneliness is not the conclusion of your narrative. New friendships are on the horizon. New communities are waiting to receive you. New connections are being prepared even now. Doors that have been closed will open. Relationships that have been distant will draw near. Hearts that have been separated will be reunited. The seeds you have sown in tears, the prayers you have prayed in solitude, the faith you have maintained in isolation, the hope you have held on to in loneliness, these will bring forth a harvest of joy. What you have suffered will not be wasted. Every tear has been collected. Every prayer has been heard. And while you wait, rest in this certainty. You are held in the everlasting arms of a God who delights in you, who sings over you, who rejoices over you with gladness, who quiets you with his love. You are the apple of his eye, the beloved of his heart, the treasure he guards with infinite care. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. In your loneliness, you are being held. In your isolation, you are being known. In your solitude, you are being loved with an everlasting love. This is the truth that stands firm when all else fades. This is the foundation that remains when all else crumbles. This is the promise that endures when all else passes away. You are seen. You are known. You are loved. You are never, ever alone. Be still and know that he is God. Be quiet and hear his voice speaking over you. You are mine. I have called you by name. You belong to me, and I will never let you go. This is your identity. This is your reality. This is your unshakable hope. From this moment forward, walk in the confidence of this truth. Live in the freedom of this promise. Rest in the certainty of this love. You are accompanied. You are companioned. You are forever held in the embrace of the one who is closer than a brother, nearer than your own breath, more constant than the stars in their courses. Loneliness may visit, but it cannot stay. Isolation may knock, but it cannot enter, for you dwell in the shelter of the Most High. You rest in the shadow of the Almighty, and nothing, not loneliness, not isolation, not any power in all creation, can separate you from the love of God. This love is not dependent on your performance. It is not conditional upon your worthiness. It is not earned by your efforts. It is freely given, lavishly poured out, eternally secured. You are loved when you feel lovely and when you feel unlovable. You are cherished when you are strong and when you are weak. You are treasured in your joy and in your sorrow. The love of God is the one constant in a world of variables. It is the one certainty in a sea of uncertainties. It is the anchor that holds when every other mooring breaks free. Receive this love now. Open your heart to it. Let it wash over you like a wave. Let it fill the empty spaces that loneliness has carved out. This love is for you. This love is yours. This love will never leave you. This is the promise. This is the truth. This is the word that will not return void. The Lord your God is with you, mighty to save. He will take great delight in you. He will quiet you with his love. He will rejoice over you with singing. Can you hear it? Even now, in the midst of in the loneliness, there is a song being sung over you. The Creator of the universe is singing your name. You are his beloved. You are his treasure. Peace be with you. Hope surround you. Now and forever. May you know in the deepest part of your being that you are never alone. May you sense the presence that never leaves. May you rest in the love that never fails. May your loneliness lead you to deeper intimacy with the one who created you for communion. May your isolation become the doorway to divine encounter. May your solitude transform into sanctuary. And may you emerge from this season stronger, wiser, more compassionate, more connected to your true identity as the beloved child of God. You are held. You are known. You are loved. This is your truth. This is your foundation. This is your forever reality. Amen.